Okay, so are you ready to like really dive deep into English greetings today?
I am so ready.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Because you know how important it is to really get a handle on this stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially for English language learners, like starting off on the right foot. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we found this really cool podcast the other day. It's called Hello, Hi, and More.
Mm.
And it's specifically for, like you said, English language learners.
I've heard of it. It's a good one.
Yeah, and we were thinking like instead of, just like listing out all the greetings,
Right.
let's really try to figure out why they matter, how they're used in different situations.
Yeah, like the nuances.
Right. I
Exactly.
love that.
So the podcast starts off, with the basics. Hello, hi, and hey. And I thought it was interesting that they presented them in that order.
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. There's a reason for that.
Was it?
Well, they basically go from like the most formal to the most casual.
Yeah.
So like hello is your go-to for more formal settings.
Yeah.
Hi is kind of like your middle ground. You can use it in a lot of different situations.
Right.
And then hey is definitely like the most casual. You wouldn't use it with, someone you just met or in a professional setting.
Yeah, that makes sense. You wouldn't walk into like a job interview and be like, hey.
Exactly. Or like meeting your significant other's parents for the first time.
Definitely not.
Got to stick with hello for that one.
Right, right.
Right.
So then the podcast also talks about greetings that are specific to the time of day. So like good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are interesting because it's like you're going beyond just saying like what time it is.
Totally. It's like adding this extra layer of like politeness and acknowledgement. Like when you say good morning to someone, it's almost like you're saying, hey, I see you. I acknowledge that we're both starting our day.
Yeah, like wishing them a good morning.
Exactly. It's very much like a cultural thing.
Yeah, I've always thought good evening sounds so much more formal than good morning.
Interesting. It's true though, right? It might be because like good evening is often used when like the workday's over and people are kind of shifting into like a more relaxed mode.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's still polite, but it has this kind of like wind down vibe.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas good morning is like everyone's just getting started and there's this like energy and optimism in the air.
And then the podcast goes on to talk about those little phrases that we use after the initial greeting.
Oh, you mean like, how are you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It seems like they're really emphasizing the importance of those follow-up phrases.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it shows that you're actually interested in the other person. Like you're not just saying hi and moving on.
Right. You're actually engaging in a conversation.
Exactly. And even though I'm good is like the most common response,
Right.
they encourage listeners to try out different things like, I'm doing well, thanks, or not too bad. How about yourself?
I like that. Not too bad.
It's just a little more effort,
Yeah.
and it can really make a difference.
Yeah, for sure. So we've talked about like starting a conversation, but what about ending one?
Ah, yes. The art of saying goodbye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The podcast talks about goodbye, see you later, and bye.
The trifecta.
And just like with greetings, there are different levels of formality.
Totally. So goodbye is kind of like the most formal. You'd use it in situations where you might not see the person again for a while, or if it's like a very serious or somber occasion.
Okay.
See you later implies that you will be seeing the person again soon.
Right.
And then bye is just your everyday casual goodbye.
So like if you were finishing up a job interview, goodbye would be the appropriate choice.
Exactly. You want to leave a good impression.
But if you just grab a lunch with a coworker, see you later, would be totally fine.
Exactly.
Awesome. So I feel like with this deep dive, we've really gone beyond just like the surface level of English greetings.
I think so too.
We've gotten into the like why and the how.
Yeah. All the little nuances that make a difference.
And you know what I was thinking as we were talking about this?
What's
I was thinking about how like even a simple greeting can really stick with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like if someone is super friendly and welcoming.
Right. Or like if they're really dismissive.
Oh, yeah, totally. It can totally make or break your impression of someone.
Exactly. So I want to leave our listeners with this. Think about a time when a greeting really made an impact on you, good or bad.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Like what was it about the greeting, the way it was said, that made it stand out?
It's amazing how those little things can have such a lasting effect.
Right. So think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
Bye.